Hey everyone, Kevin Newsom coming to you from Houston, Texas, wishing you well on this mid-December day. Big story in the college football world. A lot of folks speaking out against the College Football Playoff Committee and their decision to drop the University of Cincinnati all the way down to number 9 in the College Football Playoff rankings. Of course, Cincinnati sitting undefeated at 8-0. And they have dropped below several teams with one loss or even two losses. Now, for the past several days, this has been coming to a head with broadcasters and writers alike speaking out against the snub against the University of Cincinnati and, to a larger degree, the G5 or Group of 5 schools. On the 16th of December, this culminated with an appearance on the Paul Feinbaum show from AAC Commissioner Mike Aresco. And the commissioner essentially said that the college football playoff system is completely broken and it's a sham and it is biased against G5 schools. Commissioner Aresco went on to say that, quite honestly, according to him, the old BCS system would be better. And his logic for this was that the BCS system used computers for rankings and didn't rely so heavily on committees. And the commissioner also said that the college football playoff is more or less just the plaything of the Power 5 conferences, that it's their exclusive plaything, and that the G5 is, for lack of a better term, SOL. Now, on the surface, I think it's hard to argue against what the commissioner is saying. When you take a look at the college football playoff, there's never been a Group of 5 school that's made it into that top 4. And so, obviously, what Commissioner Aresco is saying is quite accurate. It's quite true. This system is geared towards the Power 5 at the expense of the G5 schools, the smaller schools. And this finding was confirmed by doing something that's always important, by following the money. Just 10, 15 minutes of research, it became abundantly clear that Commissioner Aresco is completely accurate with his description of the college football playoff. If you take a look at the financials, you'll see that this is overwhelmingly true. ESPN pays out about $500 million per year to all Football Bowl Subdivision, FBS, schools. But the payout rate is skewed heavily towards the Power 5 schools. About 72% of college football playoff money, so about 3/4 of that $500 million, goes to Power 5 conferences every year. And the G5 schools are left with about 26-27% of that payout. So right at the beginning, there is a huge pay discrepancy between Power 5 and G5 schools concerning the college football playoff. Power 5 conferences get every year about $50 million in playoff money. But the G5 schools get about $18 million per conference. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is this, that if you're in the Group of 5, if you're in a non-Power 5 conference, you are essentially cannon fodder. It doesn't matter how well you do. It doesn't matter how good of a season you have. The bottom line is this: you're not going to get into the college football playoff. You could be undefeated. You could tear through your regular season schedule. You could beat a couple of Power 5 schools along the way. But in the end, it doesn't matter. You're not going to the playoff, because it's designed to be that way. If you're not in a Power 5 conference, you are cannon fodder. You are the job squad. Your job is to go into the Power Five, play a few games, probably get your butt kicked, take your payoff, and go away. And that's it. Your job, if you're in the group of five, is to pad the schedule for the bigger schools, take your paycheck, and go away. And it's really unfortunate to say that. I hate saying that because there's a lot of good schools out there that aren't Power Five. So, what's the next step? In my opinion, the next step is going to be a split. It's going to be a splitting off, a dividing line between Power Five schools or the big time football programs and everybody else. And there's going to be numerous reasons for that split. College football playoff money is just one of them. But what's coming in the near future is a splitting off of the big-time programs, big-time schools from everyone else. So I imagine somewhere between 65 and 75 schools will break away from the NCAA and form something like a college football association, some sort of independent entity that will make all the rules for playoff money, for player compensation, player endorsements, etc. So those big-time programs will be in a self-contained bubble. Schools like Alabama, Texas, USC, Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, all the Power Five schools will be in their own separate entity, raking in millions upon millions of dollars every year. Now, the advice I would give Commissioner Oresco and to all the G5 schools, start making plans to form your own playoff. Take a look at revenue projections, take a look at TV deals, and see how much money you can make having your own playoff system. And if you can get more than what you're getting now, the scraps you're getting now from the college football playoff, break away from the big schools and do your own playoff. Because you're never going to be treated equally in this system. The system is designed from the very start to put you at a disadvantage. Financial and on-field disadvantage. It's never meant to give you a fair shot, and it never will give you a fair shot. So do your due diligence. Investigate and see how much money you can get doing your own thing. And I'll say this, there's a market out there for that type of approach. A lot of people are fed up with college football essentially becoming a semi-pro league with players opting out and talking about their draft statuses, not only skipping bowls, but now entire seasons so as not to hurt their potential NFL careers. A lot of people say, wait a minute, what happened to our college football? College football now is like NFL light. What the hell's going on? If I'm a G5 school, I am listening to those voices. There is a market for you to do your own thing. There's a potential audience who will really enjoy your product if you go your own way. Now, I don't know how much money you can get by doing that. But I'll say this, if there's enough money there to break away, you can market yourself as real college football moving forward. You can market yourself as the college football you grew up with, where there aren't any opt-outs. There are no image consultants. If you play in this league, you play for the love of the game and the love of your school and the love of the fans. Just some advice, friendly advice for my friends at G5 schools. The deck is stacked against you, yes, but it doesn't mean you have to like it, and it doesn't mean you have to take it. This is Kevin Newsom coming to you from Houston, Texas, saying God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.